In the ancient world, few empires commanded fear like Assyria. Their armies were a relentless tide, crushing kingdoms, leaving destruction in their wake. Their shadow fell long over the Middle East, reaching even to the heart of God's people. Our story begins in the 8th century BC, as King Sennacherib, the ruthless Assyrian monarch, had conquered nation after nation. His gaze now turned towards Judah and its capital, Jerusalem, a city seemingly destined to fall, just like so many before it. The air was thick with the dust of conquest, and a chilling dread spread through the land, for the Assyrians were known, not just for their military might, but for their brutal, merciless tactics. Their arrival meant utter annihilation. Sennacherib's army, vast and unstoppable, surrounded Jerusalem, laying siege to the city. The noise of their camp, the constant taunts from their field commander, Rabshakeh, echoed across the walls. He mocked Judah's God, boasting that no deity had ever saved a nation from Assyrian might. Inside the city, food and water dwindled. Despair threatened to overwhelm King Hezekiah and his people. The king, known for his righteousness, tore his clothes in anguish, sending messengers to the prophet Isaiah. The human odds were hopeless. Yet, in the face of this overwhelming terror, Hezekiah clung to a desperate, defiant hope. He sought the Lord, pouring out his heart in fervent prayer, choosing to trust in the unseen power of his God, even when all human reason pointed to inevitable defeat. His faith was a tiny flame against the encroaching darkness, a beacon in the suffocating despair of the besieged city. Sennacherib, confident in his unparalleled might, sent a final, contemptuous message to Hezekiah, filled with arrogant boasts and blatant blasphemy against the God of Israel. He claimed all gods were powerless before him. Hezekiah, upon receiving this letter, brought it directly before the Lord in the temple, spreading it out before the altar as a physical plea for divine intervention. It was a bold act of trust, placing the very insult against God at God's feet. Through the prophet Isaiah, the Lord sent his answer, "Because you have raged against me, I will put my hook in your nose and my bit in your mouth, and I will turn you back by the way you came." It was a promise of swift, absolute deliverance, not by human hands, but by divine power. A decree from the heavens had been issued against the seemingly invincible Assyrian Empire, a celestial judgment set in motion. That very night, as the Assyrian army slept, confident in their impending victory, the hand of God moved. The Lord's angel, a celestial warrior of immense power, descended. There was no thunder, no great battle cry from human ranks, only a silent, devastating strike. In the morning, when the surviving Assyrians awoke, they found a horrific sight. 185,000 of their soldiers lay dead, struck down by an unseen force. It was a swift, total annihilation, a miraculous deliverance orchestrated by divine power. The vast, conquering army, the terror of nations, was no more. The silence that followed was deafening, a testament to the magnitude of God's intervention, a profound display of his ultimate sovereignty over all earthly might. King Sennacherib, shamed and defeated, retreated from Judah, his mighty army shattered. By a single, unseen hand, he returned to Nineveh, only to be assassinated by his own sons in the temple of his God. Jerusalem was saved, not by its defenses, not by its warriors, but by the miraculous intervention of the living God. The fear that had paralyzed the city turned into profound relief and joyous praise. This event became a cornerstone of faith. For generations, a tangible proof that God truly defends his people when they turn to him in desperate times. It was a powerful demonstration that no earthly power, however vast or brutal, can stand against the will of the Almighty. The glory belonged to God alone, a testament to his faithfulness and his unmatched power. The story of Sennacherib's defeat is more than an ancient miracle. It's a timeless truth. It reminds us that even when our modern giants seem overwhelming, be it illness, injustice, anxiety, or despair, God's power remains supreme. We may not see chariots of fire, but the spiritual forces of God, His unseen soldier angels, are active, fighting on behalf of those who trust in Him. This is a call to unwavering faith, to bring your fears to God, to stand firm in His promises, and to remember that His might is always greater than any earthly threat. Your battle, too, can be won by divine intervention. Find your courage, place your trust, witness His victory,